Well, wasn't that patriotic?
That was lovely.
Good morning, I'm Tina Jennings.
And I'm Heather Stricker. Well, in an effort to save lives and prevent injuries from auto accidents, one very well-known law firm is awarding scholarships to those who don't text and drive.
John Osborne from, of course, Goldberg and Osborne is here to tell us how you can be awarded this scholarship. First off, John, thank you so much for being with us.
Well, it's a pleasure to be here. Thanks for inviting me.
Let's kind of get a broader scope of what we're really dealing with, and how really important or bad is this distracted driving for everyone?
Well, estimates go up by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration as high as 30% of wrecks nowadays are caused by distracted driving. The demographics are actually the people at most risk are the 20-somethings. You'd think the teenagers would be at risk, but in fact it's the 20-somethings that make up the largest portion of the people that are getting hurt and even killed by distracted driving.
Wow, that is surprising. I'm glad you mentioned that. So as far as legal issues, is it illegal to actually text and drive in the state of Arizona?
Well, that's a complicated question, and as a lawyer I think I can address that. No. Basically, it depends on where you are in Arizona. And although there have been efforts to get the legislature to pass a statewide ban, they have not been successful so far. So Pima County, for example, has passed such a ban, and so we're hopefully blessed here to have a way to legally enforce this on a criminal basis. But no, in Arizona statewide, it is not yet illegal.
You know, are we actually seeing maybe a difference in accident rates between states that do and do not have this ban?
I don't have the research on that, but I do know from my personal experience that we're seeing a huge number of cases that involve distracted driving. Everything from people getting killed down to relatively minor wrecks. It's a shame. My firm's here to promote safety. That's what we do. Ultimately, we go down and talk to juries about what's safe. I think there's a consensus that texting and driving is not safe, but you know, up to 50% of teen drivers, I think it's 55%, think that they can text and drive safely. And it's just ridiculous, really.
It's scary
to think
very that's
scary.
The kind of the mindset out there. So what I love about your firm, so many things, but you guys are actually going above and beyond to try to stop the texting and driving that is happening. Tell us how you're doing.
Absolutely. My partner and I got together and we talked about how can we reduce distracted driving, and it's specifically texting and driving. And so we came up with the idea to offer a scholarship to anyone who's going to school and would like to get $1,000 contributed towards their education. And that applies to anybody in any age group, whether you're returning to school or you're still in high school and looking to, go to trade or education in a higher place. So what we will be doing is having a drawing every month. You can go online, you can register. You don't have to prove anything to us, just register, and we'll draw one person a month in Arizona who we select to send $1,000 to their educational institution so they can have an easier time getting that education that they need.
And so we go online. We are, like he said, we're hoping, there's no proof, but we're hoping that this pledge is saying, you know what, I'm being mindful. I know this is preventable. I know I'm not, somebody that can't be hurt in one of these things. It could happen to anyone. So we want everyone to go online, do those steps that of course, make you be very mindful of this texting and driving and what it can do. And so when can we start to go online to make this pledge?
Well, Tina, you can go online immediately.
Right now.
Just go to 1-800-THEEAGLE.com. And you will just follow the clicks, and you can do it for yourself. If you have a child who's going to school, you can do it for a child. If you have a grandchild that you care about and you want to try to keep safe, and then all you have to do is maybe talk a little bit about distracted driving and texting and driving and, renew that request. Please don't do this, because it really is dangerous. 23 times more likely to be in a wreck if you're texting and driving. You're taking your eyes off the road for 5 seconds average on a time, which will take you a football field. It's just very, very dangerous.
Wow.
And people need to know.
And it's so important that we are talking about this, that parents talk to their teenage driving children. They do listen, even if it feels like they're not. But John, while we have you here, tell us, if somebody does have legal questions or wants to get a hold of you, what's the best way to do that?
Well, the best way is to call 1-800-THEEAGLE.com. That's our website, of course, but 1-800-THE-EAGLE will get you right to us, and we will very quickly take a look and see if you're somebody who we can help. because we do represent folks who have been injured by the fault of others, and those are the rights that we seek to pursue and to protect. And we move as mountains, if we can, to preserve people's rights and help them in the pursuit of justice. That's our mission.
Well, you know, besides a small stint where I leave to go to Kentucky for a couple of years, I have lived in Arizona my entire life, and Goldberg and Osborne has always been a name that I have known, that people trust in this state. And there's a reason, not only because you guys are great at what you do, but you guys are also giving back to the community and also trying to make sure that everybody is safe. So I want to say thank you to you and your partner so much for offering this to everyone.
Well, thank you, Tina.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Now, the phone number for Goldberg and Osborne is 1-800-THE-EAGLE, and they are available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You can also submit a question on their website, which is 1-800-THEEAGLE.com.